Hello, my name is Bridget Miller. Thank you for joining us. Today we are going to discuss my position as a coordinator for a group for adults with autism or any kind of disability, and how we can better be included in our community and have our community become a more inclusive environment. Hello, I feel at this point it's necessary to provide some background information before we get into the vision. I work at a school district and I am the teacher for adult students for severe and profound disabilities. And the school district has noticed that we have a large population of adults, so 18 to 21, and we need to learn how to reprogram and restructure our program to better meet their needs. So through doing that, we collaborated with Blackburn College, and we have thus created a transition program. The problem lies with students that have already aged out of our program. How do we create a program that connects them to the community and offers them the ability, like the very technical pieces of transportation, an invitation, so a reason to leave their home, and also the opportunity outside of an institution or adult day program, something that happens within our own community that in a rural setting we often have to travel to, or my students would have to travel to. Most of the students that I've had previously throughout the years choose to live at home with their parents, or their parents choose to have them live at home with them, either because the programs are insufficient, they're not attainable because they're so far away, or there just hasn't been an opening. So there's a large group of adults with disabilities not currently accessing the community or being included by default of lack of transportation, lack of guidance, lack of supervision, and my vision is to address all of those issues and also create, as a result, a community of inclusion for all people, not just people with disabilities, but accessing our strong sense of community here in Carlinville to create safe, accessible environments for everyone. Thank you. Baglieri et al. State that inclusive education has to become more than a synonym for special systems in mainstream schools, more than a peripheral dimension to mainstream education. They go on to say that in order to forge change, it is essential to collaborate with other scholars, educators, community members, and individuals with disabilities in order to create a more inclusive environment, both within and outside of a school system. It is with this in mind that we go on with our vision. In order for this vision to come to life, it is important to access my strong communication skills and relationships with those of the students with disabilities, the parents of the children with disabilities, and community members. It is also essential to be able to prepare and organize events and people, and also be able to train others in autism spectrum disorders, and also be able to train others in supports necessary and ability to scaffold necessary supports inside of a community setting. It is also important to reflect often and adjust accordingly. Carlinville may be small, but we do have a small work college that just recently started doing a special education program. These students need volunteer work, and they also need to be able to have time around individuals with disabilities. This program offers them that incentive while also offering them the ability to be around people with differing experiences and to be able to learn from those experiences that will better prepare them for their professional life. Carlinville has a strong sense of community, and I would like to tap into that and use that as leverage to create a more inclusive environment with businesses, restaurants, the library, religious organizations within our community, and festivals that we have constantly. So with our group for individuals with autism already being created. The hope is to become more progressive with our actions. So by September 2019, we will have our first meeting in our community with similar age peers without disabilities. And then from there, create even more progressive goals within our group and our community in order to evaluate whether these measures were effective. We will be in constant contact with parents and constantly communicating with both the volunteers from Blackburn and our individuals with autism that attend the group, and to gain feedback and reflect on our practices constantly. Also doing check-ins with parents, asking them their thoughts, and then how frequently individuals are engaging in the community outside of the group. Thank you so much for your time and the motivation to evoke change. Thank you.